Hey, all my beaming kids! How are you? How's your studies going on? Ready to rock the exams? Yes? So let's begin with the chapter India's size and location. It's a quick revision video, and without wasting much time, let's quickly start. So today's quote is again from the Bhagavad Gita. मनुष्य अपने विश्वास से निर्मित होता है. जैसा वह विश्वास करता है वैसा ही वह बन जाता है. A man is made by his beliefs. As he believes, so he is. So always believe in the positive side of yours and always keep your spirit very high. Believe that you can achieve everything that you have chalked for yourself. Right? So here we are starting with the introduction of the chapter India, Size and Location. So India is one of the oldest civilizations that have a remarkable history. After independence from British rule, it achieved multifaceted socio-economic progress. This word multifaceted socio-economic progress is very, very important. Done? Use this phrase in your answers and you are going to score full marks. Also made remarkable progress in the field of agriculture through Green Revolution, industry, Industrial Revolution, technology and overall economic development. Right? So this is a short introduction of the lesson. Now we are going to delve into the lecture. Let's see what's the next slide. Location. So first we are going to talk about India's location. That is, lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. Which hemisphere? Northern hemisphere. This is a 1 mark question in your exams. Okay. Between latitudes 8 degree 4 minute north and 37 degree 6 minute north and longitudes 68 degree 7 minutes east and 97 degree 25 minutes east. Extremely important. Which hemisphere? Northern hemisphere. Again, which longitudes and latitudes? You have to remember that. Again, 1 markers. Mark it down with me. Come on, pay attention, mark it down with me. Divided by Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer, it's already underlined. 23 degree 30 minutes north. Very important in almost 2 parts. So extremely important. It lies in the northern hemisphere. Between latitudes, you have to remember. Longitudes, you have to remember. Again, Tropic of Cancer divides India into 2 halves. What is the latitude of Tropic of Cancer? 23 degrees, 30 minutes east, north. Perfect. Next, in the southeast, you have Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. Again, 1 mark. Next is extremely important in the southwest. Just a second. In the southwest, Lakshadweep Islands lie in the Arabian Sea. Again, another 1 mark question is, in the southwest, Lakshadweep Islands lie in the Arabian Sea. Southeast में क्या है? Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal and in the southwest, Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea. Next is the map. Now here can you see the coordinates? Look at the coordinates. 37 degree 6 minutes north to 8 degree 4 minutes north. And here you can also see the standard meridian. You can also see the coordinates from east 68 degree 7 minutes to 97 degree 25 minutes. Extremely important. The coordinates can easily form 1 markers in your exams. You can see the Tropic of Cancer dividing India into two equal parts, approximately 2 equal parts. You can also see the neighboring countries here: China, Pakistan, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar. You will also have questions on neighboring countries. This is the longitudinal extent of India. 3,214 kilometers. 3,214 kilometers. Come on, repeat it with me and learn it right away. Next. Can you see the latitudinal extent of India? 2,933 kilometers. 2,933 kilometers. Next, you can see the Bay of Bengal. Which island group lies in the Bay of Bengal? Come on, answer that. You can see that on your screens. Andaman and Nicobar Islands lie in the Bay of Bengal in the southeast. Remember this. And in the southwest Arabian Sea lies the Lakshadweep Islands. You can also see the neighboring countries. It will also form easy target questions in your exams. Next, extremely important. See, in this one short lecture, I have tried to jot down all the important points which can form easy questions in your exams. And you should at no cost get them wrong, right? This is specially a chapter with a lot of data. You can see this again a data 3.28 million square kilometers. Total area of India is 3.28 million square kilometers. Note my words. It is million square kilometers, not billion square kilometers. Examiner will try to confuse you with million and billion. Okay? So again an easy target question. 3.28 million square kilometers, which is 2.4% of the total area of the world. Right? So never get confused with million and billion. 3.28 million. M for million. Okay? 7th largest country in the world. I hope everybody knows that. In terms of land mass. In terms of what? In terms of land mass. Again, 1 markers. 1 mark here, 1 mark here. And 1 mark here. 2.4% of the total area of the world. Right? 3.28 million square kilometers, the first point. The second is 2.4% of the total area of the world. The third is 7th largest country in the world in terms of landmass. Remember all this. It has land boundary of about 15,200 kilometers. 15200 kilometers. See this. 15,200 kilometers. The total length of the coastline of the mainland, including the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, is this. Extremely important. This. 7,516.6. 7516.6 kilometers, including the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands. Total length of the coastline of the mainland, including both the island groups. Again, easy 1 mark questions. 1 markers. So children, even if you just study this lecture, honestly, write down all the important points. You can see this lecture again and again, twice or thrice, and just embed every point in your mind. Because everything that can form a question is given in this video, nicely, in short and crisp way. अगला क्वेश्चन क्या है? इन द नॉर्थ वेस्ट, नॉर्थ एंड नॉर्थ ईस्ट ऑफ इंडिया, यंग फोल्ड माउंटेन्स बाउंड इट. विच डायरेक्शन? नॉर्थ वेस्ट and north and northeast. Northwest, north and northeast of India, young fold mountains bound it. Young fold mountains are the Himalayas. Yes, correct. They are. So young fold mountains are the Himalayas. South of about 22 degree north latitude, India narrows and finally extend towards the Indian Ocean. So in the south of India, which water body lies? Indian Ocean. It also divides it into two seas, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal on east. Arabian Sea on the west, Bay of Bengal on the east, and Indian Ocean in the south. That's quite easy, I know. Next, the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of the mainland is about 30 degree. So children, my aim is, without wasting any of your time, let us just complete this chapter in as shortest, as crispiest and as easiest way as possible. Right? India's east-west extents appear to be smaller than the north-south extent. East-west एक्सटेंट जो है नॉर्थ साउथ एक्सटेंट से छोटा है. कैसे? लेट्स सी. नाउ सी दिस मैप एंड टेल मी, नॉर्थ साउथ एक्सटेंट बड़ा है कि ईस्ट वेस्ट? ऑब्वियसली द नॉर्थ साउथ एक्सटेंट इज लार्जर. 3214 किलोमीटर ज़्यादा बड़ा है ना 2933 किलोमीटर से. एज सिंपल एज दैट. वैसे भी अगर आप सिंपली भी मैप को देखें तो कौन सा एक्सटेंट बड़ा है? नॉर्थ साउथ एक्सटेंट बड़ा है, ईस्ट वेस्ट एक्सटेंट छोटा है. राइट? सो दिस विल अगेन फॉर्म 1 mark क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट, द टाइम अलोंग द इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड मेरिडियन. What is the coordinates of the Indian standard meridian, children? 82 degree 30 minutes east. Keep writing down all the important points. Keep jotting down all the important points in your notebook and embedding down all the important points in your mind. Through Mirzapur in UP. कहाँ से पास करता है? Mirzapur in UP. Indian standard time for the whole country. Because difference आ जाता है ना 2 hours का. You can see the time gap between Arunachal Pradesh, easternmost, and Gujarat, westernmost, is about 2 hours. तो सोचिए कितना प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. ट्रेन अराइवल, ट्रेन डिपार्चर, also arrival of the flights and departure of the flights. It will create a huge havoc. So that is why we consider the time of the Indian standard meridian, that is 82 degree 30 minutes east, standard for the whole country. Right? ऐसा नहीं होगा कि एक स्टेट अपना टाइम फॉलो करेगा, दूसरा स्टेट अपना टाइम फॉलो करेगा. It will create huge confusion. So the latitudinal extent influences the duration of the day and night as one moves south to north. Correct? So you can have this explanation in 2 to 3 marks. So it is important to know the time gap, Arunachal Pradesh and Gujarat, east and west, duration of day and night, the coordinates of the standard meridian and from where it passes. Okay, as simple as that. India is located in the center of the world between East and West Asia. The routes cross the Indian Ocean which connect the countries of Europe in the west and countries of East Asia provide a strategic central location to India. Now why strategic central location? Can you tell me? It is because we can easily have a trade, we can as easily have exchange of ideas, exchange of thoughts and exchange of cultures, traditions, right? You can also have this question in 2 marks. Now let's come to the Deccan Peninsula. That's extremely important. Helps India to establish close contact with the West Asia. Right? What is the significance of Deccan Peninsula? Easy target question. What is the significance of the Deccan Peninsula? Now you have to write down. It helps to establish close contact with the West Asia, Africa and Europe from the west coast, and about the Southeast Asia from the eastern coast. Is that clear, children? The ocean, which is the south of India, given the name Indian Ocean, as no other country has a long coastline on the Indian Ocean as India has. इंडिया की जो कोस्टलाइन है इंडियन ओशन से वो सबसे लंबी है. दैट इज वाई द नेम इज गिवन इंडियन ओशन. नो अदर कंट्री एक्सेप्ट इंडिया has as long coastline as the Indian Ocean, right? The land routes of India are much older than the sea routes. Which routes are more older, more ancient, if I say? Land routes or sea routes? Land routes. Various passes across the mountains in the north have provided passages for the ancient travelers, as ocean limited such interaction for a long time. Ocean cross karna is difficult, right? So the mountain passes have provided a way to enter India for many of the ancient travelers. As we know through our history books that there were many travelers who came to India, collected the information and then went back to their own country and spread the information about India, right? Chaliye next. The land routes helped India in exchange of ideas, commodities since ancient times. Ideas, thoughts, culture, tradition, commodities. You have to write all these things, right? India have propagated the ideas of Upanishads and the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the story of the Panchatantra, the Indian numerals and the decimal system, as well as given spices, muslin and other merchandise to different countries. So, it was a way of spreading culture, tradition, ideas, commodities, right? So, Upanishads, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Panchatantra stories, all these were the thought processes, the ideals of our country. So, the routes have been able to spread these as well. As I told you, the travelers came, they gathered the information and then they went back to their own country to spread the information. We also had a lot of trade in spices, muslin cloth, muslin ka kapda, then merchandise of different countries, right? So, this will also form a question. In 3 marks, you have to explain. 2 or 3 marks. You have to explain how India had all these trade and how the strategic location of India helped in transfer of communities and ideas and thoughts. Okay. Next, also influence of Greek sculpture. And the architectural sides of dome and minarets from the West Asia can be seen in different parts of India. As we know, India had a lot of invasions from time to time, right? Alag-alag period mein alag-alag rulers, they came to India, they established their control, they invaded India, the Mughals, the different dynasties of the Delhi Sultanate, right? So, India was also influenced by the Greek sculptures, the architectural styles and domes, the minarets of the West Asia. So, that is why India has a blended culture, right? That is why we are now secular and we have a blended culture. We have people from all the religion, all the people who follow different faiths, people who have different costumes, right? That is why we are so influenced by everywhere, because India lies at the center. Since the rulers came and invaded India, that is why we have been influenced from various cultures, from the West Asia, from the Greek sculpture, right? Again, it may form a 1 to 2 mark question. Next, India comprises of 29 states and 7 union territories. It is given, just correct it. So just correct that. It's 28 states and 8 union territories. Please correct this. It is not 29 states and 7 union territories. 28 states and 8 union territories. shares its land boundary with northwest Pakistan and Afghanistan, north China, Nepal, Bhutan, east Myanmar and Bangladesh, and south Sri Lanka and Maldives. Did I not tell you that you will have questions on neighboring countries? Right? When we discussed the map, I did tell you that you can have easy questions on neighboring countries. So just keep the map in mind. Many of your questions will be easily solved, like the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India, the coordinates of India, which extent is larger, north, south or east, west? North, south extent. Okay? So keep the map in mind and you can have easy questions on that. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow channel of sea. Narrow channel of sea. Mark this down. Narrow channel of sea formed by the Park Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. Okay, this is a question. Look at this. You can have narrow channel of sea formed by the Park Strait and Gulf of Mannar. You can have 2 questions of 1 mark from here. One from here. Narrow channel of sea or land? It is narrow channel of sea. Remember that. And it is formed by second Park Strait and Gulf of Mannar. Again, Maldives Islands are situated to the north of the Lakshadweep Islands. Sorry, to the south. To the south of the Lakshadweep Islands. Again, 1 mark question. Peninsula is a piece of land that is bordered by water on 3 sides but connected on the mainland on 1 side. 3 तरफ पानी है, 1 तरफ land है. So that region is called a peninsula. Right? It's a very short question. This peninsula is a very short question that may come in your exams. Next. The southernmost point on Indian Ocean is the Indira Point. Remember this. Submerged in sea water during 2004 tsunami. Okay, Indira Point got submerged in sea water in 2004 tsunami. The opening of the Suez Canal in 1869. In which year did the Suez Canal open? 1869. India's distance from Europe has been reduced by 7,000 kilometers. जो इंडिया और यूरोप के बीच का डिस्टेंस था that got lessened by 7,000 kilometers. Indira Point is the southernmost point of Indian Union. When I tell you that it's Indian Union, it means including all the islands. When I'm talking about Indian mainland, it does not include island. This is a very important concept that I'm telling you now. जब मैं इंडियन यूनियन की बात करूंगी that means it includes islands, and when I'm talking about Indian mainland it means it does not excluding the islands. Okay, it does not include the island, mainland and Indian Union. Remember this. So let's move forward. Before 1947 there were 2 types of states in India. There were 2 types of states in India, the provinces and the princely states. Okay, the provinces and the princely state. What were the 2 types of states in India before our independence in 1947? 2 types of states, provinces and the princely state. Right? 1 marker. Provinces were ruled directly by the British officials who were appointed by the Viceroy, directly by the British officials. And princely states were ruled by the local hereditary rulers who acknowledged sovereignty in return for local autonomy. Did you understand? Now I should explain you this. Provinces वो places होती थी जो Britishers directly rule करते थे, and the British officials were appointed by the Viceroy, right? And princely states were the places which were ruled by local rulers itself, जो Britishers का अपने ऊपर control मान लेते थे. They were given their local autonomy in return. Okay, जो Britishers का control मान लेते थे उनको Britishers छोड़ देते थे. Okay, you have a rule on your place, but you will be under our control. ओके एंड प्रोविंसेस को वो डायरेक्टली रूल करते थे. 2 marks question. I've already marked it down. Next is again a map. See, the maps are very important. See this. The extent 37 degrees 6 minutes north. And is it not given? It is given. 8 degree 4 minutes north. Can you see this? Kanyakumari is the southernmost point of Indian mainland and Park Strait. Can you see this? It is a narrow channel of sea, not land. Now you can see the Indira Point here, the southernmost point of Indian Union. Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Islands, Sri Lanka. Here Bhutan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, the neighboring countries you can see clearly. Look at this. The Tropic of Cancer passes through which states? Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and these eastern states. Remember this? That's very, very important. Just a second. I hope it is better now. Now we can see clearly the Tropic of Cancer passes through Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bangladesh. Here we have West Bengal, Mizoram, and this. Right? Now we can clearly see the Tropic of Cancer. It was not visible due to maybe some resolution issues. That's perfect. Right? I hope it's clear now. This map is clear. Should we move ahead? See, the Union territories are also marked down here. Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. Let's move on. So children, here comes the most awaited part of the lecture. That is the quiz time. So the first question is already on your screen. Let's discuss that quickly. Sri Lanka is separated from India by dash and dash. I emphasized on it very clearly. I emphasized on it more than once. So I hope you can answer that. It's a bit confusing. The options are a bit confusing. But I hope you can, manage to answer that correctly. Okay, Gulf of Mannar and the Suez Canal. That is the first option. Gulf of Khambat and the Park Strait. That is the second option. Gulf of Mannar and the Park Strait. That is the third option. Maldives Island and Indian Ocean as your last option. You have 5 seconds to answer that, children. Be quick. Answer that correctly. Read the options once more. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time's up. Your answer is Mannar and the Gulf of Mannar and the Park Strait. I hope most of you got that correct. Right? Let's move on to the next question. Dash and dash lies towards the south of India. That's an easy question. I know that's a cakewalk like you. Yes? So on neighboring countries, I know it's a cakewalk for you. Nepal and China, Sri Lanka and Maldives. Your third option is Bhutan and Bangladesh. And your fourth option is Afghanistan and Myanmar. Towards the south of India. I repeat that again. Towards the south of India. I hope you can answer that in just 1 second. Shh. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time's up. What is the answer? Sri Lanka and Maldives. That is your second option. Easy peasy. Right. Next. Dash is a piece of land covered by water on 3 sides and land on 1 side. 3 तरफ पानी, 1 तरफ ज़मीन. बताइए. Island, strait, peninsula or continent. That's very simple. Very simple. Island क्या होता है? Covered by water on all sides. Strait. Do you think it's straight? No. It is peninsula. Yes, absolutely right. Most of you got that right. Good. Well done, children. The standard meridian passes through dash. Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. Mirzapur in UP. Karol Bagh in Delhi or Lucknow in UP. I hope you are not confused. Not this time. No, children. Okay. So 3, 2, 1 and time's gone off. It is Mirzapur in UP. Tell me down in the comment section how many of you belong from Mirzapur? Or more broadly, how many of you belong from UP? I am from UP. I am from Varanasi. How many of you belong from UP? Anyways, just comment that down. Total area of India is 3.26 million, 3.28 million, 3.28 billion and 3.26 billion. I have made it tricky. Honestly speaking, I have made that tricky. Let's see how many of you can answer. I told you that the examiner will try to confuse you in million, billion, 3.28, 3.26. Easy. 3.28 million. Yes, you were as quick as an arrow. Next. Oh, we have came to the end of a fantabulous lecture. Do comment me down in the comment section how did you like this video, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Just spread the word of education amongst your friends, children. And congratulations to you and me for completing this lecture in the desired time. Till then, bye bye. Bye bye. See you again in the next lecture.